What's up, everybody? My name is Varazo, and welcome back to Barry. Last time we were playing this, I had awoken as a Roger Hastings after an explosion that took place like 10 minutes prior, where a huge ball of light popped up from the ground and then fucking propelled everyone back, which ended up killing Tony and heavily injuring Dennis. And we have no idea where the rest of our crew is, which is Frank and Joe. And now we're in a weird corridor. We now went into this weird building that was inside the ground, and now we just try to, do we just like narrowly escape the monster? So now we're just trying to get some answers and see what this place can provide us in terms of those answers. So let's just get straight into it. All right, to begin, I think this should bring me back to where I was before. Well, why is it? Wait, why is it? Oh, respect the dead. Oh, there was a thing at the end of this. Oh, I didn't know that. Whoopsies. Okay. Alright, respect the dead. You and 64% of players pulled Tony's body out from under the bulldozer. Secrets, you and 76% of players were up front with Dennis about Tony's death. Trust, you and 55% told Dennis you believed his story. Curiosity, you and 75% of players went to investigate the ringing sound. Teamwork, you and 64% of players decided to bring Dennis with you. Alright, see, now I didn't know this part. I didn't even know this part was there. But anyways, let's just continue and start chapter 2. And let's see what it brings us now. Because apparently I think we did pretty good. I at least think that we did pretty good. What the fuck is this? We're standing on the thin platform of what looks like a fancy subway. The rails look well used, but not old. There are small overhead lights that are very dim, as if they're running on emergency power. The dim overhead lights are a blessing, but the size of the place makes me feel vulnerable. Staring ahead, the tunnel seems to be endless. It's almost dizzying. But there's a small light further ahead and then a space that breaks the monotone of the tunnel's curved surface. Another platform, maybe? I don't think Dennis knows anything, but maybe if we... why are we in the subway tunnel? Dennis, what do you think this is? I think, honestly, if... I think maybe we should, because I mean it's kind of weird to just broadly ask why are we in a subway tunnel, but maybe Dennis might be smarter than I am right now. Maybe Dennis, what do you think this is? Looks like we're waiting for the D train. Dennis says with a deadly sounding crackle. Also, this ringing noise is louder than down here. It's much more solid now, and there's some other sound, something like the faint hum of machinery. What's your take on this, boss? You think we're safe here? Dennis asks. Not at all. This is what I think to myself, but I don't want to let Dennis see that I'm rattled. While he seems to be limping around much better than when we first stumbled into this place, he's still in rough shape. I'm leading him here, and I should probably make him feel confident in that. But I shouldn't be overconfident, though. Kind of just like, because the thing is, if we're too carefree about this, we may be like prone to just like any attack. But if we're on our, like, at least like somewhat on our feet, on our toes, and making sure that we're consistent, like, okay, we need to make sure we're not gonna die. We need to make sure that everything's gonna be okay. But still, like, acknowledging that this is kind of creepy is not showing that, like, oh my god, what's going on? It's just like acknowledging the fact that, yeah, like, this is weird. This is kind of creepy. But obviously we're gonna be okay. But I'm not sure. It's still very weird though. Like, we can't just go into the random place and assume that we're safe just because there's some nonsense here. So I'm gonna say, or should I? Damn it! I should make him feel confident in that. Yeah. Because either, now that I'm thinking about it, either way, if whether or not we're like on our guard or not, his body that's in rough shape will probably still be a liability. So I'll just tell him, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be okay, buddy. You reassured Dennis. We're too far in to go back, I say. Besides, if we get caught for trespassing, I'm pretty sure we'd slide by. We're good. You're in pain, and we've got to find the rest of our crew. They could still be in here somewhere. Dennis nods and looks reassured. A bit weak and miserable. From the looks of it, we can go either left or right. The left is slightly lit. The right, not so much. This makes me uneasy because I get the same sense that one wrong turn in this place like this would end up wandering for hours. Suddenly, I jerk my head to the right as I hear the mistakable sound of someone walking. Did you hear something? I asked Dennis, my eyes straining to see something in the darkness. Not sure, he says. Maybe. It kind of sounds like footsteps. I wait a moment, but the sound doesn't come again. So these are our options. To the left are flickering lights, indicating that we'll at least be able to see. There's also a hum of machinery, a sign of life. To the right is just darkness, but we also heard footsteps in that direction. Oh, shit. Okay, this is something that's very, very important. Okay, so either we go left and we somehow die. Actually, no, I think, unless this person to the right can help us. Oh, it's the entity. It's the anomaly that's walking around here. Oh, shit. But the sound didn't come again. Huh. Did you hear something? The unmistakable sounds of someone walking. So clearly something is around here. We don't know what, but clearly there's something around here that is clearly walking around, and we just have to figure out whether or not they're like safe or they're not safe. This is really fucking confusing. Okay, this is like really, really tense. So much pressure, lots and lots of pressure. Huh. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I have a bit of a little analysis theory thing, a hypothesis, but I'm thinking we just go to the left. A sign of life is better than just wandering in the darkness, not knowing if something will pounce at our face and murder us. So I'm just gonna say, let's just go to the left. Let's go to the left. You decided to go into the lights. Seems smart to stay in the light. Left it is. All right, okay. So as of right now, it seems that we're okay. Maybe the lights will allow us to see more. Because the thing is, if something is approaching us, whether or not it's in the light or in the darkness, we'll be able to know that something is there. As we head to the left, the lights ahead are like a beacon in the dark, luring us forward. Someone left the lights on for us, then it says, trying to be funny, but creeping me out instead. I wonder if that's a good or bad thing, I say. As we're in the lights, I hear the hum of machinery grow louder, but it doesn't sound like any machine I've heard before. As the lights increase, I use it to take an inventory of Dennis and his condition. While the bleeding seems to have stopped, the amount that is soaked into his pants and shirt is beyond alarming. How much further can you walk? I ask him. Can you keep going? Yes, Dennis says. Let's walk into the deep tunnel that has no business being here. Now, fully stepping into the light, I notice that the sound of machinery is coming from an area on the left side that is protected by a guardrail. Wisps of bright blue light dance on the walls as they leak out from whatever is below. I also notice a posted sign that says danger, severe radiation poisoning threat. All right. Let's severe radiation poisoning threat. Maybe we shouldn't look at that. Maybe we just shouldn't. Maybe we just shouldn't. Maybe it's a good sign that we don't look towards the danger, radiation poisoning, because the thing is, Dennis is clearly like bleeding, like, well, not anymore, but it seems to have stopped, but still the amount that he has lost is still a crazy amount, even though the bleeding has stopped. If I get radiation poisoning, or I get poisoned in any way whatsoever, as I am like the person that is at least like 80% still functioning in a way in which I'm not gonna die immediately, I'm just gonna stay back and move on. Let's just stay back. Dennis, I don't think that we should get near whatever is down there, I say. Dennis studies the blue light a bit longer and then nods. He's hurting enough as it is. I don't think we need to add radiation poisoning to his list of ailments. Or mine, for that matter. Yep. We step away and take down the tunnel again. As I start walking, I notice another structure coming into view ahead. Oh, okay. Okay, so I feel like maybe that was a good idea. Possibly. Who knows? Oh. Okay, this actually looks pretty good. It's weird that there's a subway here. Very weird. As we head further into the tunnel, we reach another platform. There's lights coming from the platform, but like the overhead lights, they are dim, red emergency lights. I've started to wonder if the explosion at the logging site caused a power surge in this place, whatever this place is. The ringing noise that I originally thought was in my head is getting louder. I'm starting to think it's some sort of alarm. When we come to the large open area ahead in the tunnel, it further resembles a subway station. As much as I try to ignore the reality, it's undeniable. We have stumbled into some sort of high-tech transportation system that is buried beneath the forest of Kentucky. It makes absolutely no sense, creates an entirely new sort of fear as to what the hell we have walked into. I notice that Dennis seems confident though. When we reach the large opening, we have to climb over the rails and up onto the platform. I have to help Dennis over the rails and then up to the small utility ladder that is bolted into the opposite side of the travelway. When he reaches the large open area resembling a subway waiting area, he collapses on the floor and lets out a heavy breath. You know what? Dennis says, exasperated. This is ridiculous. I quit. I'm not going any further. On top of worrying about my crew and the madness of wherever we are, I'm not in the mood for Dennis to act like a baby. Okay, but like, I shouldn't like pressure. We said 2 seconds ago that he was confident. He like puffed out his chest, everything like that. He's a confident individual. He can do this. We reassured him so much where he should be able to do this. Like, it's okay. Take it easy. You've got this. We have to get the fuck out of here. Like, we have to, one, figure out what the hell is going on here. Figure out the mystery and get answers for what that ball of light was and where are Frank and Joe. As well as figuring out like just like the mysteries of this place and just, you know, making it out of here alive without dying, you know. So it's okay, take it easy, you can do this. I'm not the one with the gash in my side, I think to myself, so I decided to cut some slack. Damn boss, I'm sorry, he says. It's okay, I say. I don't know how you're still on your feet, if I'm being honest. Stubbornness, he says with a weak laugh. You need a minute to rest, I ask, as warmly as I can muster. No, if I sit down to rest, I'm afraid I might not get back up. Let's keep going while I can still go. I reach down, help him to his feet, and then we get ourselves up onto the platform. Right in front of us, there's an entrance to a long hallway, exiting the platform area. It's at this point that I realize those red emergency lights might be on for someone else who is actually supposed to be here. Oh. Wait, but how would that make any sense? I don't think that would make any sense. Hold on. It's at this point that I realize those red emergency lights might be on for someone else who is actually supposed to be here. I thought they... Wait, no. The emergency lights were for... I feel like the emergency lights are on for the entity, right? I don't think that we should yell. I don't think that we should yell. Right? Because if we do find somebody... Like, what, like, hello, like, hey, I don't know, what are you gonna do when you see somebody? And even if you do, it could be an entity, because the first thing that we saw was a abnormal entity breach. I don't know what the fuck that means, but entity, no. So I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm still not sure if I want to alert anyone to the fact that there are strangers in this secret place. And the thought of hearing a scream, even my own scream, in this empty place is too much to bear. The emergency lights continue to flicker overhead, casting a sick sort of pinkish light on everything. My mind is racing with what sort of place this might be. It's obvious that it's meant to be a secret. And if it is supposed to be a secret and there was a power outage recently, maybe most everyone has been evacuated. This thought does nothing to make me feel any better as we walk towards the platform exit. We step inside and it seems just as empty as every other place we've come through, weakly illuminated by more overhead emergency lights. We're standing inside a hallway that looks so real for a moment. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anyone here. And even if we did yell, it probably would have echoed to whatever the hell was out there and probably would have alerted more towards us. The hallway reminds me of a hospital wing, but there's something not quite right about it. It's the first clean and tidy area I've seen since coming to in the woods. It looks like it was recently in use, despite the dim emergency lights overhead. There are chairs against the walls and the floor looks well clean, as do the walls. The ringing noise is definitely coming from here, and a small flashing red light along the ceiling seems to flash ahead along with it. That ringing noise an alarm, I say, if only took it from my own thought. But for what? Dennis asks. And then he asked the question that has been on my mind since I found the little building in the woods. What the hell is this place? We exchange a look that speaks volumes. We reach the end of the hallway and hear a light like a large metallic grinding. This is followed by a clicking noise and then the unmistakable noise of a generator kicking on. Ooh. Okay. Alright. So does that mean that someone turned it on, or does that mean something else? Oh. The lights are on. Without warning, the faculty jolts to life. The red glow of the emergency lights is suddenly replaced by bright white fluorescent ones. The mechanical hum is oddly comforting. Somehow the power being back on urges us on. It's then that I notice the ringing has stopped. So it had been an alarm, but for what? Just a power failure? We head down the hallway and the electric hum of the lights surrounding eerie overhead. Other than that, the place is dead quiet. The hall is about 100 feet long with two main doors. One door opens onto a large room that looks like a conference room with a whiteboard and papers strewn about. Across the hallway, another door looks like a laboratory of some sort. Dennis slumps against the wall in defeat and lets out a scary sounding chuckle. Something funny, I ask, as the dark, brooding panic starts to grip me. Dennis just keeps chuckling as he slides down to the wall. I'm just gonna sit here while you look around, he says. There's a look in his eyes that reminds me far too much of a dead animal on the side of the road. Oh no, I think Dennis is gonna die. Fuck, should we? Oh god, I think maybe he would have died either way. I don't think anything that we could have done would have. Damn. Okay, wait. Maybe the lab has something. Maybe the lab has something. Maybe some type of like medicine, something, anything. Please, some antibiotics, please. Do you got the antibiotics here? Maybe, hopefully. Walking inside, I see small vials and glass containers held in a clear glass case. Everything is either glass or silver, and I instantly feel like I am dirtying the place up. I notice several test tubes and glass cases, as well as some sort of tube system that seems to have a clear fluid trapped inside of it. In the back corner, I find a laptop in screensaver mode. Maybe the laptop will have something useful, probably. That could probably have something useful on it. I hit the enter key and a plain gray background pops up. There are several icons and folders to choose from. I click on the one titled Test 1.5 Ethos. A few documents are filled with formulas and names I mostly don't understand, but there are some things that are easy to understand. Things that make my blood go cold. Subject number 6, cause of death, embolism or aneurysm, or both? Or, oh, was it aneurysm? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm not 100% sure. Ideas for new delivery mode. Spherical liquid. Induce comatose state first. Terracore Corporation equal possible plutonium supplier. Okay, I guess we just look at the test tubes now. Before we exit the lab, I can't help but check out the test tubes. They're all filled with the varying green and light blue fluids. One of them looks to have some sort of glowing dirt resting at the bottom of it. Another holds what looks like a grasshopper submerged in liquid, only it's the strangest grasshopper I've ever seen. At first it looks like it's expanding and contracting, like a blowfish, then it contracts so much that it vanishes completely. As I look closer, it springs back into existence in a completely different test tube, and I'm embarrassed when I actually jump back. I take another look around the lab, trying to piece together what might have been taking place here. I smell some sort of chemical in the air. It makes me think that someone has used the lab recently. Huh. Outside in the hallway, I hear Dennis grunting. I head out to the room that seems still seated on the floor. But I don't get very far, because as I exit, a man comes rushing around the corner with an automatic rifle in his hand. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on, sir. Please don't shoot. Sir, please, relax. Don't shoot. Oh god. Fuck. This might be bad. It's hard to look beyond his rifle, but the man carrying it is a young with messy dark hair. His skin is so pale that I wonder if maybe he lives down here. He has a look of a guy who's been cooped up for a little too long. He doesn't seem to like the kind of person I trust with a gun in a stressful situation. As he sees us in the doorway, he screams and brings the gun up. It is aimed directly at my head. Don't try to attack, but... Oh wait, no, fuck, okay. No. Don't try to attack. Don't try to attack. Put your hands up in the air. Just relax. Please don't murder me. Please don't murder me. Please. I'm gonna put my hands up in the air. I put my hands up in the air, surprised how natural it feels to go into this surrendered state. Maybe it's just because it feels like a dream. Maybe it's because I feel like I'll snap awake if the maniac pulls the trigger. Who are you and how did you get in here? The man asked harshly. Before we can answer, he continues speaking. I don't recognize you. If you're here, would you have tried to sneak by security mics in the entrance hall? What? I asked, unable to think of anything else to say. Who are you? The man asked. Did you do this? The man's eyes is both, and I see something in his eyes that unsettles me. He's scared, but there's something else. Okay, be honest with him. Be honest with him. We're loggers. We're just loggers. His eyes look distant for a minute, and then he says, bullshit. What? For some reason, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm telling the truth. Okay. Someone knocked the power out, the man says. It's back on now, but if it was out long enough, well, we're in a heap of trouble. What is it who sent you? Look, we don't know what you're talking about, Dennis says. Something happened out in the woods. Are you alone? Are there others with you? The armed man asked, thrusting the gun in my face. How the hell did we get into this situation? I think to myself. If only I had left that damning ring noise alone, we wouldn't be here. I'm not really sure if we want to give this guy information yet. We don't know anything about him. Then again, he might have answers. Then again, he has a weapon. We have a weapon. We have a weapon. Okay. So, okay, he asked, are we alone? We said, no, just us. Are there others with you? We're looking for our crew. Tell him everything that he needs to know. Tell him the truth. We're looking for our crew. We have other crew members that we can't find, I say. Your crew, yeah, seeming confused. If the man thinks that we're nuts, there's no telling what he might do. Shit. The fact that he looks a little crazy himself makes the situation even hairier. Shit, I gotta relax. But how'd you get in here, the man asks. I point down the hallway towards the subway. We came in that way. The doors weren't locked. His expression calms a bit, but I'm still very aware of the gun that is leveled less than a foot away from my face. Ooh, don't grab the gun. Don't grab the gun. Please put the gun down. We don't want to agitate this man. Once again, he's fucking crazy. Let's not agitate him. Let's not give him any reason to be like, oh, and then like shoot somebody by accident, you know? So let's just relax. Please put the gun down. You calmly ask the man to put his gun down. The only way I'm putting this rifle down is after I've blown your brains out, the man says. What the fuck? What the hell? With that, he used the muzzle to flip my hard hat onto the ground. It's a childish move, a playground tactic at best, but it's sufficient enough to show me that he knows he's in control now. He then levels the rifle at Dennis, and I can only assume it's because his wound make him appear to be the weaker of us. Fuck! I might have... The man takes a shaky step forward. Dennis looks back and forth between the barrel of the gun and me, his hands pleading for help. Fuck. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh my god. What do I do? What do I do? Shit. What do you mean step back? Stay back. No, fuck. After I blow your brains out. I feel like he's gonna try and like... Is after I've blown your brains out. God fucking damn it. Fuck. Why did we have to run into a crazy dude? Oh my god. You can't rationalize with this crazy man. Why can I not rationalize with this crazy man? Okay, I tell him everything I had to. Should I just like been like, no, it's just us, like, you know, like nothing to like get him more confused or some bullshit like that. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Let's see. Step between Dennis and the gun, or stay back. I think I have to risk my life. I have to risk my life for Dennis. I have to risk my life for Dennis. You step between the gun and Dennis. Before I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, I step in front of Dennis. The barrel of the gun is nearly touching my chest now. Both Dennis and the man seem a little confused at my action. I do my best to swallow down my fear. I don't know what's going on here, say, but we are here by mistake. Well, you have no business being here, the man says, but now that the power is on, I think you might be too late anyway. For what, I ask. But he doesn't answer me. Instead, he steps forward and actually pushes me backwards with the end of his rifle. The man then repeats a question he asked before, one that makes no sense and honestly makes me think he might be a little crazy. Who sent you, he asked. You assholes from the Pentagon? I'm not quite sure how to take this question. Is this guy joking? Yes, I'm the president himself. I'm here with my subordinates. Thank you very much. It is I, Mr. President. No, what the hell are you talking about? Shit, should I joke with him? Be like, okay, if I joke with a crazy person, with literally, this person has a rifle aimed at my chest. Do I really want to joke with him right now? Like, no. What the hell are you talking about? No, I say, we're just loggers. Something blew up and my friend got hurt. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Likely story, the man says, but I see a flicker of recognition in his face that makes me think he might believe me. Good, just keep telling this man the truth. Still, his grip on his gun is as tight as ever. The look on his face makes me think he'll shoot at any moment. You both just stand still, he says. Sooner or later, someone will come along and I'll turn you over. He again thrusts the gun forward as if it had an invisible bayonet on it. There's no need for that, I tell him. I have no guarantee that he won't pull the trigger. Look, Dennis says, we don't want any trouble. We're just confused as you are. Then, in a moment so fast that I just about missed it, oh, Dennis lunges forward. I have no idea how he's moving so fast. Just 30 seconds ago, I was worried about how close to death he looked. But he's now moving lightning fast, his left arm coming down on the barrel on the rifle like a club. In the commotion, the man does pull the trigger. The booming sound is deafening, and there's a moment where I think I've been hit. It takes the clinging noise of the round tearing into the floor at my feet to help me realize that I have not been shot. I look to the floor and see where the shot missed my right leg by less than 3 inches. I'm paralyzed, in shock for a moment as Dennis and the man fight over possession of the rifle. There's a fire extinguisher on the wall I can use as a plunge, but I might not have enough time to grab before Dennis is overpowered. I gotta punch him. Punch him. Punch him. Give him the quick 1-2. Because I don't know how much. Because the thing is, this is clearly like adrenaline driven. Dennis is on the most adrenaline, like he's literally been given the time that he needs to at least get the last bit of his strength and just lunge at him. Like, be like, boom, bah! Like, literally, like, trying to do what he can. I have to punch this man. I have to punch him. I have to punch him. I have to punch him. Dennis has the man pinned to the floor, but isn't strong enough to keep him down. As I fall to the floor to help, the barrel of the gun swings right in front of my face, a reminder of how close I had to come to being shot. Fuck. Please don't shoot. On my knees, I deliver a hard, stiff punch to the man's face. Please don't shoot me. I don't punch someone often, never really. I'm not used to the brawling type. Well, either way, you would have hit him. Still, it was apparently effective. The man's hand snaps back hard and his grip on the gun loosens. Dennis grabs the gun and falls to the ground, clearly winded and in pain. Our attacker is immobilized and I can feel a shift in the situation. Yet, although he's basically harmless now, I feel the need to pummel him. A desire that builds with every second I look at him. Alright, let's not... Dennis has the gun. Unless, like, you know, he tries to come back for, like, you know, a little, like, 1v1. Then I gotta keep punching him. Then I have to take him down. But I think with this, I have to, like, stand up and step back. Because Dennis... Okay, he grabs the gun. So clearly that man is like, he's like, oh, and you know, like he's down. He's down. Wait, I wouldn't say he's down for the count, but clearly he is somewhat immobilized. So I don't think continuing to punch him is the right thing to do here. And if we show him like, hey, like we're as confused as you are, we're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening, but clearly you're fucking crazy and you cannot be trusted to handle this gun. I'm just gonna stand up and step back. You took it easy on the man. He's definitely out now. No threat. Or at least that's what I think. But he surprised me by mustering up one swift kick to my direction, connecting with my forehead. Fuck! My eyeball swells to the size of a grape almost immediately. It almost looked like the last attack is more to spite me than to defend himself. Fuck. I stumble back and ready myself for another round of blows, but he just slouches into the floor. He's done. I should have punched the shit out of him. Fuck! Dennis immediately hands the rifle over to me and I take it with the shaking hands. I can't believe you stepped between me and that gun, Dennis says. He could have killed you. I was pretty sure he wouldn't, I say, although I had known such thing. Still, thanks, man. That was some heroic stuff. You would have done the same, right? Dennis says nothing. His eyes look to the floor. What do we do now, boss? Dennis asks. We've come this far and I want answers. I sense that Dennis does too. I walk over and pick up my hard hat off the floor. After placing it on my head, I turn towards the man. We get answers from this guy. No answers, the man says. I don't have any. Next time I won't just hit you, I say, plunging the rifle towards him. Now get up. Ooh. He obeys quickly, but his legs are wobbly and he leans against the wall for support. I can feel my swollen eyelid from where he kicked me earlier. I just hope it doesn't get so bad that it affects my sight. Fuck, that might have been bad. Damn it. Okay, let's move, I say, pointing the gun further down the hallway. We've come this far and I'm not gonna let this guy stop us. We walk down the hallway until we come to the end. A single elevator waits for us. Its steel sliding door is larger than a normal elevator. Whew, okay. So we're good now. Semi, not really, but we're making decentable progress. So we're doing better now. Okay, alright. Hello, steel door. Hey. Okay, what's happening now? Before I get into the elevator with this guy, I think it's wise to learn a bit more about him. I can tell it's making him uncomfortable for me to have the gun. What's your name, I ask? Marcus. Oh, hey Marcus. And you work here? It's clear he doesn't want to answer, but he gives us a little nod. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Any idea where they might be, I ask? No, he says curtly, not bothering to elaborate. There's gotta be some useful information we can get out of this guy. I just need to know how to dig for it. I need a first aid kit for my friend here, I say. Where might I find one? Down on the second floor, he says, but we can't go down there. Ooh. What's on? Yeah, we need to get as much information that we can so we know how to tackle the situation properly. I'm a very thinking guy went into a situation like this. He looks at me like I'm an idiot. You must be aware you're inside of a classified government facility, he says. It makes sense, but I want to doubt it. Well, I'm sure our government would want to help you save my friend, so take me to the first aid kit. I can't, he says. You don't have clearance. Hell, I barely have clearance. Then, seemingly to himself, he mutters, I make this place run, and even a thank you. Just a bunch of restricted rooms. Oh, not even a thank you. Just a bunch of restricted access rooms that I'm only allowed to go in with a freaking chaperone. I interrupt his monologue. We're going to get that first aid kit. I could lose my job, he says. I wonder for a moment what sort of trouble I could get into for hitting a government employee. This makes me glad I took it easy on him. See, it's good. It's good. See, he trusts us somewhat, not really. Then again, he come at us with a rifle. It makes me think that things could have gone terribly wrong in this place. And the explosion in the woods or whatever the hell had happened might have linked to it all. I need to convince him to take us to the second floor, but I'm not sure it would be more productive to threaten him or to ask for sympathy. Sympathy. I just gotta ask for help. Threatening him after I had not pummeled him down to the floor doesn't really seem to, like, you know, sway him more to my sides. I have to be as sympathetic as I can. You know, just don't like freaking like pull up a gun into his face. Tell us where the fucking thing is. Like, you know, like I don't really know if that's the best thing to do. Look, I say, it hasn't been the best day. We're just trying to find out what's going on to find our crew to survive. I know that this isn't a normal situation down here. It looks like all your protocols have been blown to hell. Can't you just help us out? He looks at me sternly, weighing his options. Okay, he says. Thank you, I say. With an untrusting stare, Marcus walks to the elevator door, approaching a small keypad by the doors. He punches in a numerical code on the keypad, and we can hear a slight mechanical hum behind the steel doors. After a few seconds of angry glances and frightening sneers from Marcus, the elevator arrives. The steel doors slide open with a whisper revealing the interior. Ooh, wait, but why do you look pissed at us? I didn't put a gun up to your face. We should be a-okay, right? We just gotta get more information out of this guy. Ooh. It's exponentially well lit and looks like to be made of stainless steel. I half expected the thing to take off at the speed of light. There's another small keypad on the front right panel by the door with the options for 3 sub-level floors. Looks like this elevator doesn't go to the surface. So after we get the first aid kit for Dennis, how do we get out of here, I ask. We can't leave, Marcus says. Once the power came back on, the whole place was put on lockdown. Well, that's just great. I love that. What, I shout? Can you override it? No, it's to prevent anything from getting out. It can't. Marcus looks as deflated as Dennis. We can't get out. We're stuck here. Dennis leads into the corner and almost falls into the floor. The struggle for the rifle took a lot out of him. I can see that much in his face. Slowly, we start to move down. The hum and grind of the car's motors fill the space. What can you do? So are we stuck here forever? I think, once again, we have to know what his abilities are as well as what he can do to really tackle this. What can you do? Marcus bristles at the question, but I think it's fair. I mean, he's not allowed to unlock the doors or even get medical supplies. Why keep a guy around who can't grab a band-aid without permission? Without me, nothing would get done here, Marcus answered me. These people think that they're so brilliant, but some of them can barely turn their computers on without help. The top coder in my class at MIT, and I'm stuck living underground helping idiots who don't even trust me with keys. Huh. What goes on here exactly? He seems to be answering our stuff like he's pissed off at them. Marcus shakes his head. You might as well shoot me. I can't tell you. Why not? It's beyond classified, and the things I know don't even cover the start of it. Huh, what does that mean? I asked him, starting to get irritated. It means that even if I wanted to tell you what sort of stuff is done here, I don't know enough about it. Huh. I know that his job is he's basically like an IT guy, essentially, right? How big is this place? It's a government facility of the highest secrecy, Marcus says, a research facility. It goes 4 stories deep, 4 stories underground, and quite frankly, it scares the piss out of me that you two got in here so easily. Why is that, I ask. This is a Black Ops graveyard, he replies. Even the CIA doesn't know this place exists. Oh, wow. Okay. What knocked out the lights, though? The anomaly, the entity, seems like some sort of power outage, Marcus says. That's all I know. There was an outage, and then what? Then it has weekly. Then things got weird. Things got bad. Bad how, I ask. The whole place seemed to shake when the lights went out. I was checking the monitors when it happened, and everything went dead. It took me no more than a minute or so before I started hearing the screams. People were being killed by something. I tried getting the security cameras going again, but they only lasted for a little bit on my backup systems. But what I saw, what? I asked, feeling that sharp fear worm its way into my guts. Well, what I saw on the screens for a little bit of time made no sense. It made me get the gun from the emergency vault. I think whatever it is, it's still down here. Hold on, I say. There's an emergency vault with a rifle in the same room as the security system in this place? Marcus gives me a grin that looks nearly insane. There are guns locked away in every room in this place, just in case you know. Oh, just in case, you know? Oh. So we're still in danger. Okay. I mean, it's pretty obvious just in case, like, you know, something were to happen and we need to grab something. There's a gun in every single there's a gun in every single place here. As his mouth opens to answer, the elevator door comes to a stop and the door slides open. Marcus is out right away without a word. Fuck. He makes his exit and heads directly for a glassed-in door that is filled with computer monitors and high-end equipment. Dennis and I file out behind him, trying to keep up. As we do, one very alarming question runs through my head. What the hell kind of government facility keeps loaded guns and emergency vaults in every single room? End of chapter 2. Ooh, okay. All right. That was a lot. Holy shit. That was so much. That's so... I just need like a second to just remember everything that just went on. Just give me like a second. Okay. So basically, we got there. We went down the left path in terms of what we were doing, in terms of the path that we were trying to go. We found the subway platform. We got there. I went into the lab. I didn't go into the conference room, which the only reason why I went to the lab is because I assumed there would be some type of like I don't know, like maybe like some type of health stuff. I don't know, maybe like some type of like helping heal body wound stuff, you know? I didn't know what the hell I was looking for. But essentially after that, a man with a rifle hastily turned the corner, points up a gun at us, saying, "What the hell are you doing here?" You know, like it just fucking goes crazy. And then we almost die. I almost get shot. And then luckily Dennis was able to like knock the hand out of the way, punch him back, and then I came in with a little like uppercut and he was like, "Ah!" And then luckily we were able to get the gun away from him, immobilize him, and then have him answer questions for us. And then now we're in an elevator trying to find a first med kit, first aid kit for Dennis, and then yeah. But let's see the percentages, because apparently that's here now. I didn't know that was here before. What did we get this time? Curiosity. You and 39% of players obeyed the warning sign and stayed away from the glow. Selfishness. Selflessness. You and 64% of players stepped in front of Dennis to protect them from Marcus. Mercy. You and 65% of players were easy on Marcus after he surrendered. Okay. So curiosity. So it seems like a lower percentage of people actually were like, you know what, let me step away. Let me step away from this like really crazy light that apparently has radiation from it. I would love to know, like, after I finish this, what would have happened if I did any of the other stuff that I would have done. Like, I would really love to know how, like, because clearly this is like a choose your own adventure thing. So clearly there's a multitude of different endings. But yeah, that was it for chapter 2 of Buried. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking, consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!